少了最重要的打野之后，RNG有没有办法防守这条大龙？叫 TP， 直接 TP 到对方后方的微沃的。这个绕后角度起的还不错，这波闪开，落开的很漂亮，这一刻前面2个人特别在第一时间直接被秒掉了。而且换攻这一波虽然没倒，但也交出了双招。
达到一个游戏中期的一个转线期的节奏还差蛮多了，这边可能也很难抢了。就让杰拉来，他也没有闪现下去，用女枪的大尝试一下，
直接撒大，但很可惜，蓝色方的惩戒还是非常稳的，在游戏前20分钟的时候就拿到这一条大龙了。
他们就把节奏非常快，
没有给太多RNG机会，
主要他们可能瞄准你用时间差爆人数差，只要一有机会，他会很果断的开团的。这个也是盯上了上路刚被打出闪现的一个汤圆，给接入了一个吃力是RW，这个念想玩的真的很
念想的储备好帅，先是一个预闪，直接顶到了汤圆，然后马上后续就直接跟上。 主要很怕海王你这边不知道什么时候要把自己的大龙给交掉。就如果他把大龙给交完之后，下一波他再顶上去，直接会被对方给秒杀。看一下，在中路的兵线换锋，尝试把兵线给推过去，但野区的资源啊，全部都被 W 给拿到了，没吃完。 100秒之后出生的这条大龙，
支援团的阵容吧，对前期给的机会太多了。
现在好像只能看汤圆了。汤圆现在的装备还不错，3件套。开始做上半区的视野。下路微微也在给对方明显的压力。因为他很快看到射手的3件套了。
And then
that's also hard to get the most out of. And Breon might not want to take the risk. Yeah, I
the
like,
yodel off.
yeah, I like this a lot more.
Câu thoại trong teaser tứ kết, tái ngộ cổ nhân scout bên kia chiến tuyến. Faker đã dùng cách gọi
Lion.
Celestial Dragonfisher?
With how that last game played out, going for ASO I think makes complete sense.
I also think that going for Yone or something that can do something with Sejuani would be. Oh, this works.
It does do something with Sejuani. That's
there we go. That's called listening to the stream. Love to see it. Yone going to be locked in here for Fisher.
And honestly, normally you're basically relying on getting Ziggs for your comp to work. But Breon isn't actually going to have a tank, so I don't think you're as worried about going full AD as you would be otherwise. Because normally what happens is, if you try to play this into like Cassante, I don't know, Cassante Maokai, Cassante Sejuani, and you go full AD, they're going to build armor and you're never ever going to kill them.
Yeah, but
that's not going to be the case this time around. They should ban Ziggs though, because Ziggs, like add Ziggs to this composition and oh my god.
Well,
it's not.
I don't want to. I don't want to rain on your parade or anything like that. The Zig's obviously going to be banned away, but I reckon it's Polu Cannon. You wait for it. It's Callista on locked in. The old Gorilla special, Cannon support, going to be coming through, and then they get that full tank, and then they're like, "Ha, you're full AD." Checkmate.
Well, leave in the middle. Who is checkmated by that statement? We do get the ban. On the MF, actually really like this. MF ban, we saw Samver have a really good game on it. You already have a lot of setup for the big Wombo Combo Ultimate. Okay, so you ban Kaisa, so they assume that he's probably going to play Zeri then?
Yeah, the Kaisa just because it's another AP bot lane champion.
Yeah, I guess, but then he can go either Ezreal or Zeri.
See what
and then Gugar can last pick. Yeah, I think Ezreal makes a bit sense. Ezreal's fine here. I would go Leona though.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just pick away the Leona. Of course, Polu very happy to play that one once again. I think he had a good performance on the champion as well. Samver.
Zeri Leona.
Jumping on the Zeri.
Zeri Rakan, okay.
I'm okay with it.
Makes sense. Unless Gugar pulls out the Poppy support, I do think that is going to be just... Like, Leona's fine. It makes a lot of sense into the comp. I'm like triple checking, like, is it not banned?
Brad?
Oh, but they're quite mobile though. I like it into Rakan.
It's a good angle. It does mean that there is no ability to follow up on Permafrost.
Yeah,
I like the Alistar. Even though Ezreal Alistar just, you know, from past examples of it does make me squirm a little. At the moment, Ezreal is in such a good position in the laning phase that you can kind of make up for the lack of any presence that Alistar has early on. I think the composition works. I don't like Sejuani at all. I never have. But we have seen it work in a lot of cases, even if it isn't optimal synergy.
Yeah, the Yone makes, I think, a big difference in how I look at this draft. It's a matchup that shouldn't really get bullied. Obviously, you're going to get shoved in, but shouldn't be bullied too much. The one downside is that Nongshim are again going to be looking at a lot of losing lanes. Bot lane is better this time around, but the other lanes are definitely going to struggle. Both top and mid. For Brion, this composition should mean that you're a lot more proactive. The downside is that do we trust Brion to actually execute a composition? I think it's harder to play, right? You need setup for the cannon.
Yep.
Can't just run in. Well, actually, given how last game played out, maybe he can. But realistically, he should be able to just run in. So the team fighting from Brion is going to have to be a lot better than it was last time around. And they don't have a front line. They have a lot of engage, but no front line. So we'll see how they're able to make that work. As long as they keep the good parts and actually do stuff, Atlas, I think they can bring this to a game 3.
Their early game was definitely fantastic in game number 1. Let's just hope that it ends after the good early game instead of them not really doing anything and then losing the game. And HOÜYNG gonna have to find that smite button. Just have to see how it goes. Desperate for 3 games as we head towards game number 2. All right, realistically, this is Bro with their backs against the wall. It's the last chance for them to find a win before round 2 starts, as Guga already slapped around here by the Rakan. Apollo gonna notice that there aren't any wards, so joke's on him. Man.
It's DK next, Atlas, and I know DK just got mercilessly swept by Genji, but does that mean it? No, it doesn't mean anything. That doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Samver will take what I imagine was just some early Q autos from Chiu, so I'm gonna go back.
I think that, yeah, the upper limit of these two teams, from what they've demonstrated so far, is stealing wins off DRX and BNK.
Yes, I would agree.
That's the upper limit. Until we see some sweeping changes, is going to create something better for the team. As Karis definitely looked much better in the match against T1. I think the break was really, really good for this guy. And we'll just have to see whether that is going to continue moving into this game, because it's consistency for Karis that does need to come through, right? Can't just be that one-off performance, because we knew, like, this guy is capable of some great things in League of Legends. Fortunately, he just can't do it on a dime, right?
Hasn't been able to consistently string it together. The hype was there initially, but wasn't able to deliver on it too much. Fisher actually playing this lane pretty aggressive, fishing for some early Q freeze.
I see what you did
giving
there.
Giving up a couple of, wasn't even on purpose.
Oh.
Couple of minions to get some harassing. And I don't think we're going to see any volatility in these lanes. And really, outside the top, I don't feel like the lanes are super volatile. There's a lot of innate safety for both bot and mid. So maybe HOÜYNG can find Sylvie. But this is, I think, one of the most underrated parts of Sejuani. It's like, look at her clear speed. Look at the fact that Sylvie is already just chewing. It's like a camp and a half ahead. Like, that's a really big deal here early on. It's one of the reasons why Sejuani is so highly prioritized, because I remember, and we saw this in the previous game as well, or in the previous series rather, eventually champions like Nidalee are going to take over, right? But it used to be that Nidalee could just invade Sejuani during her first clear and live in her jungle, and Sejuani never got to be able to play the game, and that's just not really the case anymore, and I feel like it should be. I feel like Sejuani blind B1 every single game. Like, I don't know if it's the AP junglers, I don't know if we're bringing back the troll, like something's gotta be found. Well, I don't think Trundle is a real champion, unfortunately. But like
he was a top laner for a bit, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Not really here though.
No, I like Trundle. He's so dumb. He's just, you know, he just stands there and autos you. Yeah.
And eats a bit. You know?
Yeah. Takes a bite.
Yeah. He's got a big old club, but sometimes just want to nom. It's not going to be in this game. Karis doing a decent job here. Just chilling as Polo's making his way up. There is no unbound soul available, and now the Conquering Sands comes in. Fisher not really needing to invest too much, but a bit of space being gained here by Karis in the lane. I guess that is good. Might be able to stack up a wave and get a decent crash down as Sylvie sees the Rakan, who just gets himself out of there. HOÜYNG's jungle is going to be protected for the moment.
Sylvie already got a back in. Not the case for HOÜYNG. HOÜYNG looks like he's just going to start his second clear, so just power leveling 2-6. Big spike for the Zinza. Obviously wins the 1v1 pretty handily, but his lanes are not that great. A lot of CC, but damage early on is going to be a little bit lacking.
Yeah. Having a check-in as far as CS numbers are concerned. Top lane going very well for Bro at the minute. KêNH, not necessarily the best of the counter picks for the Gnar, but has certainly been one that's been employed in the past. This one is going to be the AP variety. We've seen, I believe, on hit KêNH actually have the best win rate.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. I think it was Zeus that picked that.
Yep.
I liked seeing it. It was fun. I won PTA and the whole deal.
It's, yeah, not as much longevity, you could say.
Well, you know, I think German is a great item. In the 1v1, you're always going to be feeling great. In any other situation, definitely not the case. Does mean that we do see a sizable CS advantage here. As inferior like this from Sylvie, you want to play towards your Yone. Karis does have flash, might have to use it here.
Yeah, shifts the sands. Oh, very nice drifting there from the man. Gets himself out. As Gnar back underneath the turret here for Morgan, who will be able to get the lightning rush and avoids the boomerang. So good trade for Mihail.
Yeah, if that boomerang hits him, that would have been a real disaster.
Oh, if that shuriken hits him, then might have been a big disaster. It's just 2 Yordles with low health.
I'm just going to give both of them credit for good sidestepping.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what we'll do.
For everything that you say isn't good, there is something good being done on the other side. As Heather Pulverize does come in. Great from Guga. As Bolu getting out with the battle dance. Also great from him.
Yeah, if he gets stunned before he actually gets his W out, I think he just dies pretty straight up. Did have to heal though, so that is a big win. So we have an early fight here, but as you're oohing, Samver actually did rotate over, and I think Nongshim are reading it here. Does mean they should be able to get plates, but I don't think they can actually contest these grubs.
Samver was trying to stay out of vision, but is actually going to get spotted there by Apollo.
That's a lot of
first grub does go down. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Morgan actually can swap here if they want to deny too much going over, and I think they have to.
Yeah,
because otherwise you're missing a lot.
Yeah, TP angle towards the bottom side. It is going to be a plate going down here, and it's not a cannon wave, so he does miss a few of the melee.
Oh, I like this. Oh boy.
Set up for the dive.
Yep. Next wave should be coming in shortly, and okay, well, Gugar does give it away.
Yeah, he needs to try and stop Morgan from just being able to walk it off, because I think Morgan got full information about what was going on there. Nongshim pivot immediately to taking this Drake instead. But still, that's 3 grubs and Sambo with some spare time on this top side. Not bad at all. Polo will turn up, and now it is just the bottom lane cannon, as Jiwoo tanks a turret shot that is otherwise going to be A-OK. Young J up here, and yeah, Sambo some spare time with this turret as well. Should be the plate, and there it is. Skates his way out.
Play to come through. Looks like the lane swap is going to be cancelled. Drake's taken. It's a relatively even trade across the board. Ultimates are starting to become available now. This game, it feels a lot more deliberate than last game, Atlas. We're building up.
Yeah.
The suspense is being built right in front of our eyes.
That's the knock-up from Fisher, but not really going to be able to find too much there as Conquering Sands moves the minions forward. And they disappear very quickly underneath the turret, as is the way with the good old Zia. So, yeah, 200 gold in it, something like that. Drake advantage there for Nongshim, like you were talking about. And it's not the very clear-cut on and Senna do scale good into late game and then you can do win. This is a lot more of an honest game of League of Legends, outside of the fact that Azir and the Zeri, I feel, are going to be very strong late, but a very, I guess, solid composition also does well. You know, like front to back in general, like you've got a big old tank, you've got Jiwoo there for the consistent damage, and the Gnar for the follow-up.
Yeah.
And it does make some sense here.
So it's really big that they swapped out Envy, because I feel like one of the big issues was that Envy in fights wasn't able to consistently get high damage output. I would favor Nongshim, not because of the champions, because of the context of the games. And as you're saying, like, I think the team fight comp, when you have teams like this, is so important.
Yeah.
Well, if this was T1 on the side of Brian, I'd be like, oh man, they are vibing, right? Because these type of comps, I think, do take a lot of finesse. The raw power of Azir when he gets like his third item, right? When he gets up to like Death Cap Void Staff levels of itemization, Samver obviously is going to become capable of doing so much more and damage so much quicker than the Ezreal does. But is that enough to offset the fact that Nongshim's comp is someone goes in, everyone else stands in front of the carries, and then like Jiu can just fire away, Fisher can dive with the rest of them. They have a lot of team fighting wombo combo as well. So we are looking for a play as soon as this Mega times out.
Yeah, there is the Nah from Mihail. Throws some houses around, and he's just wanting to clear this. Get out. Yep.
Not taking any risks. And look at that, Polo was also on a roam. So
yeah.
Good read there by the young challenger player.
Spidey senses were indeed tingling, and tingling correctly. As Fisher just throws his sword around a little bit here, waving it, you could say. And the rest of Nongshim do just turn up, make sure that everything is actually okay. And it's not the fastest.
It's a thinkings man.
It's a thinking man gamings. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a smart game. Big brain game.
That's the cope, right? It's like this game is very yeah, I was about to say with the soul bound, it's really hard to actually punish him. But yeah, it's the type of game that if other people don't get it, you're like, man, these Zoomers with their, you know, their TikTok attention span.
Yeah.
But the reality is there's just not a whole lot happening in this game. And it's not like a Gen G situation where nothing is happening and they're building a 2K gold lead. They're just... There just isn't a whole lot going on.
Maybe this is dopamine detox. That's what we're doing here.
TP angle for Mihail, obviously not available for Samver, and they're just going to let the grubs go. So perfectly even spread of grubs. And did you just say dopamine detox? I love that.
It's the dopamine detox.
It's the League of Legends equivalent of like going for a nice walk.
Yeah. And it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just not overly stimulating.
Yeah. Should we adjust as well?
No.
Because it's late for a lot of our viewers and they would actually...
actually pass out. That's the way to guarantee continued viewership, though. You know, because
they
pass
can't
out
turn off the
without
stream.
turning it off.
Yeah.
Unless your roommate comes in because you're obviously like you're snoring too loud or something like that, and they're like, "What are you?"
Actually, I don't think you could snore watching it. I think you would be lulled into a very deep and calming sense of sleep.
Yeah, it'd be like straight to REM.
Yeah,
straight like
no snoring.
Not like me this morning. I had a dream about my teeth falling out.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, just not good. And then apparently there's like a thing in Korea where they're like, that's like a really bad sign. And like it means that like my brother's gonna break his arm or something like that if I had a brother and he had arms.
Cool.
As all right, Polo going to look for a knockup on a Fisher, doesn't find it. Rebinds the soul. Spent a lot of time out there as Guga just wanted to give him some minions. That's going to be effective. And Fisher's actually been laning very effectively. Didn't mean to say effective twice, but it's fine. And
it's just an effective use of limited vocabulary atlas to keep it very clear and precise what we're talking about. Not because I have a tendency to go a little bit flowery in my language, you know, be a bit too much. So
which ones, like rhododendrons?
I'm not actually very well versed in English names of flowers because why would I have ever learned those?
Wouldn't they be kind of similar in some ways, or no?
Sometimes, yeah, but sometimes not.
What about if I Daphnes?
If
you know Daphnes?
No idea. If I say Zonnebloem, what do you think that is?
That sounds like a dance exercise at the gym that your aunt could sign up for.
It's sunflower.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go for a difficult plant name.
Oh, okay, I appreciate that. It was still pretty difficult, though. I'm not going to lie.
Which is a hard language.
Yeah.
So, are we going to collapse on the Jew here? That is Ezreal, so he should be completely fine. You see,
they could have, but I mean, it's not about that at this stage. It's about trying to get position around this dragon.
The funniest part is Gio and Guga are posturing, but Sylvie is topside.
Oh, this is the latest First Blood.
Of course. Of course it is.
Yeah. I am gobsmacked.
Brion, Youngji is on a ward.
How late do you reckon we could go?
Okay. 21 minutes. Are we doing this again? Are we involving everyone?
Oh, yeah, we should probably do the over-under.
All right, I'm going to go first. 21.
21 minutes?
21.
I'm going to go...
It's probably less. It's probably like 16.
Yeah, I think it's probably 16, 17, something about that. But I'm gonna lock in for fun.
All right.
I'm going to go...
21. Max, G-Sun is 17.
I'm going to go optimistic. So I'm going to go 32.
32. Oh my god. You're breaking records.
I want it to break records, man. I believe
want a
in
pro
these
leave?
guys. I want a pro leave. Today is my day of bro leave, okay?
You did predict them, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we get everyone's.
Yeah, Yundo's at 19.
Brandon Valdez, 17.25. Yundo's
Okay.
at 19. Digon is at 20.59. Wolf is
2059.
Wolf is yeah, he's gaming the system.
He's
Wolf
gaming
is
hard.
16.45.
All right.
So chat, you can join as well. This is a fun little mini game that we're playing while this is ongoing.
And perhaps we could even get a gamba. You know, maybe it's not about the prediction of the outcome.
I assume we have one for the actual game.
Yeah, we do.
But like, have two.
No, we could just cancel that. just pay it out.
I mean, pro
just
play.
make everyone the winner.
It doesn't matter for pro players.
Yeah, everyone's
They've already
the winner.
put it in anyway.
Just give everyone the win, and like this is what we're playing the gamba for, and we'll do it from there. I think that's the best way to do it. Maybe we could set up a poll to see whether you guys think that is the right thing to do.
So
I can't believe we've had this entire discussion and actually nothing has happened.
No, it's great. No turrets have fallen. There's been some plate action, but nothing major.
It is a 1,000 gold lead for Bro. And the Drake is still there, just chilling. Just hanging out as Fisher walks out of the brush. Oh no! Oh no! 1545! Oh no, Fisher's fine. It's totally fine.
Is Young J fine?
Is Young J? No, yeah. Young J's fine. He's totally fine. Trisha Barrage, is that fine?
Oh, this
really
is,
fine?
This is big for the 17-minute predictors because this means that they're going to give up the Drake without going in.
Oh. But what about 32-minute predictors?
Well, I
Is it big for them?
No, because now they got two Drakes.
Oh no. Oh no. What about 16-minute predictors? What about? Oh, he's got Unbound Soul. It'll be. Oh. Wait. What?
Okay, Atlas. How does it make you feel? Come on, really dive into it, Atlas.
Well,
we have time.
In that moment, I did feel like a slight rush of like, man, there might be some action. Oh no, Wolf. So the 1645, 10 seconds away. Morgan.
Oh,
he's on the dinner plate. Oh, the 17-15 predictors. G-Sun. She might be in for it here as Morgan presses lightning rush. No,
no win
good
for
night,
Wolf.
Wolf is just a sad face now. No longer is he a prediction.
Out of the running.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Herald fight. Surely a Herald fight's going to lead to some action, right?
Well, I mean, Herald fight is generous. Herald fight is very generous.
Oh, it's happening, Atlas. I can feel it.
All right. Well, the Herald is fighting Sylvie. The Herald is now fighting Young J. Fisher is fighting minions.
Both mid laners have TP. Should be able to make it over very quickly.
All right.
As Brendan Veldas with 17.25.
Oh, 17.25 looking good. G-Sun's already done. Brendan's done now as well. True Shot Barrage is going to hit some people. Not going to get too many results. Here's a teleport angle. The Lord might be able to find it. The quickness comes in. Polu's so incredibly low. Jiwoo. And there it is. 17.37. That's the latest first blood we've had in a really long time as Karas. He airballs the ulti. That might mean that it's over as Bro. They're still fighting back, and that's a big health bar for Morgan. Now Nongshim just looking for the resets. Karas is going to get one. And Bro coming out ahead in the fight. They should be able to grab this Herald as well.
And the flank there from the Lord coming up huge. As Digon, one of our two Bro levers here on the desk.
And he gamed it. He gamed it as well. You are 1 second away from being closest, Chronicler.
I mean, it's still Veldas. It was closest to 17.
Oh, do you have to be like the close?
I guess it would be.
No, isn't it? If you go over, then you're ruined.
Oh, well, then I won.
It's like prices.
Well, I guess Digon won. So we take a look.
Digon won. Yeah.
Genuinely really well done there by Polu and Morgan. Right, Polu extends the play. Gio, it feels so safe, but he's not actually able to make it in time. And I think the fact that Fisher arrives to the fight this late is really rough. They should know this was going to happen, right? It's not a surprise that this fight is going to break out. Mihal Maganar arrives just a little bit too late. Exhaust has been picked up for Cannon, but wasn't used up until the point where the fight was already lost. Now, after last game, we know this doesn't mean anything, but it's still good to see Brion remain active in the face of undefeated in losing.
Yeah.
Round robin.
And so just to confirm, you are not the winner. HUYYN was in fact the winner. If we're going to do the if it goes over, then you're definitely going to lose.
I think we give HUYYN the win.
I think we give HUYYN the win.
I think he's earned a win.
He was close without going over, I believe. So there we go. Yep, that's for real.
It's a HUYYN win.
That's a HUYYN win. And your prize will be in the mail. I haven't decided what that is yet, but it'll be in the mail, whatever it is. As now we're going to get the charge. That should be outer turret secured here for Bro. Not a lot of response. Nongshim do have 2 Drakes to work with. There's also a Hextech Soul on the map. Because of the exhilaration felt throughout all of Korea during that game number 1, Orcs was drawn out of the shadows to pay attention to this game, so we didn't get a Chemtech.
The atmosphere is electric.
It is.
That's
absolutely
why Hextech
electric.
showed up.
Jokes
aside, if Nongshim win this next fight, if they just get the dragon, as long as they don't lose Nash for it, I'm still going to highly favor them in this game. That fight looked good. We saw the power. Once Morgan gets onto the enemy backline, can be absolutely pivotal.
And I was a little bit worried because he went for the dash cannon vibe of the cannon. We haven't necessarily seen as much of that more recently. A lot more going for like flat damage, trying to get in there.
Yeah, or
he's going Shadow Flame second though. Like I'm feeling good about that.
No, I like it. And go Death Cap third.
Yeah.
No takebacks.
Yep.
No stopwatch.
And then Void Stuff fourth. You know, and then like maybe you build an Arm Guard. But only then do you think about it. Then goes Youngjae.
Taking control, textbook play here. Big thing for Nongshim is gonna be the management of the Narbar. How much poke can Gio land?
Oh, and also, what is Karis going to be able to buy? Because if it's an Arm Guard on this back...
Oh, nobody does it the 2-item spike. Both mids sitting on that now.
All right,
that's the poke, though.
In.
But Hana Burst control is there for Nongshim. Again, Brion, they really don't want to give this turret. Look at the flank angle from Morgan there. Does get spotted.
Yeah, that's a really good trinket. And Mihail has a phenomenal Narbar to start this fight off as well. Samba already at about 50%, takes a house to the face as well, and that's generally a bad thing. As Youngjae gets in there, let's see whether the smite's going to work out. He gets it! The ulti's going to drag him out of there as well as the Emperor's Divide sweeps up the Yone! And now Morgan couldn't find a target because they were all dead! What a problem to have for the Bros as they wipe them out!
And Brion, they might even be able to turn that into a Baron if they want to run the risk. I don't know if they will.
A risk? Chronicler?
Never know with this team.
Yes, you do. You always know with this team. What are you talking about?
Well, okay, I guess they don't take the Baron.
Yeah.
No, that's my bad.
Don't be a silly Billy.
I am a silly Billy Atlas. I want to take another look at that fight because Gio not able to have a big impact, but Fisher also going in so deep and it not working out. Meow.
He actually pulled Youngjae out of the pit and kind of saved him as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, as we take another look here. So the 50-50, that's not the end of the world, but the team fight needs to be won. So, yeah, as you're saying, kind of Youngjae doesn't really bother, and then Miha also tried to kill Palu but didn't, and Gio just died. Very unceremoniously. And the Ezreal struggle bus continues as Morgan might be in some trouble here.
Speaking of struggling, he's very dead. Really big time dead.
That's a big shutdown as well.
A lot of money over to the Gnar. All right, and that was just after he completed those 2 items as well. Of course, doesn't really help him out when it's 2 versus 1 against some burly bodies.
Karis though, man. Super sub coming in again.
Oh, yep.
Laying the fight out nicely. It's really big when you hit these spikes that you actually do the necessary damage, right? That you actually get a lot of DPS down. He did well in that fight.
Samba as well, chasing down Sylvie here, as we can see. So a bit to look forward to here in this game, and that's what it's about. It's about looking forward to things that could be happening in the future, and we were rewarded for it with the first blood. That last fight. It's not really much.
No, especially looking at the amount of control that was available for Brion towards the top side. Can't be that far up pushing a wave, unfortunately, for Morgan.
Imagine if it had have gotten to 32 minutes without a first blood. Wouldn't it have been cool?
Yeah, I would have loved it. It would have been a very remarkable thing to have happened.
I would have remarked like a lot about it.
A lot?
Yeah, like lots of.
I think in general you're a person that does a lot of.
I do a fair bit of remarking.
Remarking.
Yeah.
It's one of your favorite things.
It's interesting because I do a lot of remarking, but I'm not very remarkable. Because it's like it's not remarkable that I'm remarking.
I think by definition that's definitely not true. You have a, you have a.
Well, maybe no. So the fact that I'm remarking isn't remarkable.
Oh no, that is your job.
To be remarkable.
No, because that's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, your job is to remark on stuff happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, obviously.
Did you see all of that time go by while we were having that conversation? We got rid of a lot of time then.
Really, one could say that all we're doing is just biding our time, in life.
True.
And that's the beauty of it. And it just is what you do while biding that time that matters. And if, in our case, and in everyone that's watching right now, we are watching.
And we're here watching it with you, and I feel like that's the most valuable part.
It is.
And
absolutely.
I mean you, I mean everyone at home. I even mean Digon.
Why would you negatively think about Digon, man? What's with the hazing?
I just needed to let him know that I also mean Digon.
I feel like I never got hazed that badly, but then I fought back.
You arrived in COVID.
到不了6，亏了一组 F6。
那这一波就像我们前面说的 ，RNG 野辅联动，一定要让矮王迪开始游起来，给对方一点压力。
是，这个是比较灵活，上把就是玩的那个牛，稍微笨一些。
就在塔下好像没办法做到太多的事情。你知道我每次看到巴德的时候，我都很期待他出那个最新的鞋子，
共生鞋鱼是吧？
但目前好像比较少人出。
哎，巴德还是可以出一下，这个英雄起码他前面刷那个是快一点的、哦。
对，所以在场上捡一下被动，你的移速会非常快。但现在好像，如果你要追求移速的话，都会出3速鞋。
3速鞋，
对。
毕竟现在可能那种小减速很多啊，那种。
但出共神血的话，你最舒服的就是你回家会非常非常快。
你一直出来做视野。
嗯。 要看一下第一次的调和命运，矮王迪的大招有没有办法打到不管是 Able 或者 Popo 身上。
确实这边很冷静 ，W 双人组，因为这 Mark 没闪嘛，再加上巴德到6的时间选择让线。
我感觉是两边在没有任何外力介入的情况下，伤害会不够。就你真的要说 RNG 有机会去杀吗？我觉得也没机会。就毕竟有治疗有屏障，
就得把技能都灌住，就难度比较高嘛，但是还求稳一点。
A 包这一波的红白刀，赶紧把兵线给推过去。两边下一次的交火机会应该会是上半局的超冲。但也要看一下 RNG 在这一次选择的这种冲阵有没有办法起到效果。因为像我们刚刚说的 ，Mark 选择到的列娜塔，其实是一个很好反手对方的一个英雄。
主要面对猴子很好反手，就像你开 W 过来直接一手 R 嘛。
哎，这一波想动手，维沃在这个位置先交一段 E 技能，看一下矮王迪第一时间要选择交大吗
？2段 E 专走，
没有选择交大，因为知道维沃这时候还有闪现。
是。 也是稍微两边节奏会缓下来啊，但是感觉 RNG 还是得找一下机会，在中间利用这种先手比较厉害的阵容。
About it just the other day.
That's such a niche thing.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I imagine that there's a whole community of people that can tell you all about it, Chronicler. If there's anyone that's into turtle racing, let us know.
Well, they only got soul points, so Nongshim really don't want to give up this dash. I imagine Brian just peel off, though. Can they, is the question.
Glacial Prison comes in. Nongshim say, nope, we don't want to get flanked, but maybe that's just what's happening. And Polu, the hero once again, 3 in the Maelstrom, will be sliced up from Mihail. Taking matters into his own hands, they take down Samba. Cougar is going to fall, but now it's all about Morgan. Can the Lord stand his ground and make way for the Emperor? And it looks like the answer is absolutely he can. Emperor's Divide was saved just to take down the Yone. And bro, they didn't commit to the Baron, so they don't lose that and they win the fight.
And that was a wonderful flank there from Morgan. Extremely nicely done, but the problem is, Mihao saves that fight for Nongshim. If he didn't get that ultimate,
oh yeah,
that could have been the end of it. And here, oh man, they knew about the ward. It's pinged. It's not the ward closer to them. They really should have seen this one coming. But credit.
There were wards everywhere.
No, but they pinged it. They knew this was coming. Polu again sets up for a beautiful... Yeah, Morgan gets exhausted. Doesn't matter. Fisher continues to not have an impact, but MINH, man. Oh, the flash Q follow-up from Fisher is good. But MINH, if he doesn't find that multi-man knock-up into Crush like that, that could have been a disaster. He will end up making his way out, and then, unfortunately for Fisher, his struggles on the One do continue.
And fortunately for Bro, they have Polo, who is just a madman, a monster. Even in the last game that they lost, I mean, Polo set it up, and they just weren't able to roll the bowling ball down, you know, the thing that they give kids so that you don't actually have to throw the bowling ball.
Morgan!
It's Morgan! He's going to get hit by Morgan, taken out! He just pops like a little yodel balloon! And Polo was on the flank of a lifetime!
They got to do it. Nongshim is going to start this.
Oh, Commander Karras.
They don't know. Oh.
They're on it.
No,
Polo's on a control ward.
No, they spotted him. They know.
Okay. He's going to get walloped, thrown into the wall. Is this a steal opportunity, though? As Youngjae, he sets it up. Guga's down so incredibly low, but they just both explode. Karras is still there. They have a fair bit of damage. I don't know about that one, but there's still the ulti from Fisher, taking a lot of damage. Now the Sand Soldiers, there's the double, and now they're trying to fight this Baron. It's down incredibly low. Can they keep themselves alive? They will secure it. There's now Karras fighting against Jiwoo. The skate away there as in he goes once again and takes down the Ezreal. And Samba's still up. There's only 2 with Baron though at the end. This game is insane.
Hold the build-up, Atlas! And the teams are delivering. Brion and Nongshim fighting in an all-out brawl. The Baron goes to Nongshim, sure. But the main question is, can they actually utilize this as we take another look?
Oh, Morgan on a ward.
Sylvie, yep, Morgan on the ward. Sylvie, what a catch there. So nicely done. And the fact that this is even remotely close is kind of insane in and of itself. I think the Scuttle actually ends up spotting Kalu. They know that he's there. MINH does a lot of damage. Gugar definitely should have pulled it earlier. A bit unfortunate there. But look at Karras.
Yeah.
Just standing there. He has banana brush control. And if MINH doesn't dodge that, I actually think the fight is so on. And Fisher ults in, unfortunately, not hitting the mark again.
And also Fisher got hit by the damage from the Emperor's Divide, which helped confirm his demise in that one as well.
And then we take another look here. So, I know that he gets the kill. I don't know if that's actually the right call.
I mean, getting rid of Baron sort of...
Well, I know, but it's Ezreal, right? So I feel like Ezreal is always going to be with the team anyway.
Yeah.
But as you're saying, I think with the Baron, it probably is. And they didn't get mid lane turret. That's actually what I was worried about, that because of Karras dying, they will be able to get mid. Not the case. And this is the sole point fight. Nongshim, they have Baron buff. They could play for side lanes. They could play for mid lane turret. But guess what? That's not what they're about, Atlas.
Oh, True Shot Barrage. That's what they're about
the
now.
Poke!
Yeah, Apollo going to have to get out of there. Look at Mihail. He is going to hit Mega. Not actually able to utilize it right now. Banana brush control well and truly there for Bro Polo. He can't engage. Just can't do it anymore.
Gugar, yeah.
And this is a very big... look at that control. Oh, Nongshim. That was gorgeous.
And Jiwoo, his KDA hasn't been great. He's been outflanked, outfought by Morgan in basically every major team fight. But right there, he landed the poke that he needed to. Ends up being really big. And Nongshim still down in gold, but the Hextech Soul with Yone.
Ezreal.
Well, Ezreal is the big one when it comes to consistently getting those slow procs and getting the poke. But like, even look at the ability haste and attack speed on Gnar.
Yeah.
On Yone. Like, whew.
No one's going to be upset about having that one.
I actually love the itemization here as well. Everyone on Nongshim is building for an incredible amount of magic resist, because there's not that much AD damage. Even Semver, right? Part of it will be magic. And right now, if the initial brunt of Bro's composition isn't enough to take someone down, they're really going to struggle.
And the cannon, not going to have nearly as much value. Does have his Void Staff now completed.
It's big.
Really good pivot to be picking that one up third instead of fourth or something like that. You mentioned Deathcap earlier. I think he still wants to build one, but stopping to collect the Void Staff, very important, as you see all of these Negatron Cloaks in the back pocket. So now, with this Soul, Bro, looking like they're a little bit worried about where to fight. And who to fight is okay. Karis, good trigger finger there. Able to sidestep the Glacial Prison, but Sylvie can just do this. You can feel free to throw it in as...
Morgan!
Oh, the flank angle!
Spotted. They know!
Yeah, they know. They've got so many pings coming out here as Sylvie just going to move on over.
Find the Yordle!
Oh dear, there's the ulti. He's caught. No Lightning Rush available, and he has no arm guard. There is no chance to stay alive long enough.
Oh, Atlas, there were 2 paths for him. If he takes the other path, he's fine. He did it like it was a 50-50. He doesn't know where the wards are.
Sometimes in the choose your own adventure, it's not what you actually expect when you flip to the page that seems to be the right one. Oh dear. Okay, Nongshim still trying to take down this outer turret. The wave clear is certainly still very good without Baron.
Nongshim's objective control has not, when it comes to anything that isn't dragons, not been great.
Can you say that something's not great if it's not really there? As Fisher is now trying to get himself out of the way. Oh, this Hextech Soul is so annoying. The quickness does come in, and they will kill him. He is definitely very dead. Can they find more, though, is the question. Is Sylvie able to get a nice smite on the Raptor? That's going to help him get his eye in for the smites on Baron. And now the gold is evened out. But it's even gold, and there's a Hextech Soul on one side.
Yeah, right here. If Morgan takes the lower path, that might be, honestly, a game-winning fight. If he gets a big ultimate, and they can just push mid, that could be enough, but does get spotted.
He walked that little bit further.
Yeah, if he takes the it's unfortunate. He doesn't know. As Fisher, this game has unfortunately for him not been ideal. I think the Yone is one of those characters where yes, you have a lot of escape tools if you are in a safe position to begin with, and he really hasn't been. Fortunately, I think Mihal stepping up again. Sylvie maintains composure. Brion, though, it's not done yet. If they can get a big enough wombo combo between Karis, between Morgan, there's still an angle here.
Yeah.
Brings us to the game number 3.
The thing is, like, they just need both Morgan and Karis to go for it at the same time. That's how it needs to work, because then Samba can kill everyone. Or he just gets engaged on. The exhaust comes down. Empress Divide is going to pick up a Mega Gnaw. Samba's still able to get himself out of the way. There was a slicing Maelstrom. Basically forgettable, but Karis is still able to get one. He dies for it, but now Morgan is raining the damage in, and this should be the Zeri time. This should be the moment. But they're so slow. Oh, it's just heartbreaking. Okay, there's going to be the knockup from Youngjae. Permafrost comes in to stop him, and now Samba gets over. Fisher taking the chip damage. There's the knockup, and he wasn't the hero until that moment. And he's done it, as now Jiwoo just looking to chase them down. Morgan wasn't on vision there for the moment. It's an even trade, Chronicler.
And Nongshim is lucky that Fisher pulled that together. Okay, yeah, you're going to chew for Mihal. Yes, you're going to chew for Gugar. But this still is a position where I think Nongshim should be fine if, again, Jiwoo gets more damage down. But he actually isn't able to meaningfully contribute, partially because of Morgan kind of zoning him away. And because of that, damage from Samver, this Zeri's 4 items so insanely strong, but then that double knockup salvages it.
Yeah.
Fisher, as highlighted, as you said as well, hasn't had the greatest game, but that moment right there in a game as messy as this ends up being, yeah, now that's Baron, that's Elder. That might just be it. We're gonna get the cool graphic, but unless Youngjae gets the steal of a lifetime, I think Nongshim have done it, Atlas.
I think so too. However, 20 seconds. And
Death Cap's done, Void Stuff's done. Morgan is all in.
He is. The fact that the Hourglass is there for Karis as well might be able to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Samba has some amount of life stealers. Oh, there's the flash. Fisher now doesn't have the ulti for the team fight. This could be huge. The Dragon now alive. Youngjae looking to try and push them in. Crescent Guard comes out now. That is ulti for ulti trade. Sylvie down to 50%. Yeah, like you say, Warmog's going to be playing a huge part. Bro's got to send it. We've been saying that Bro's got to send it the entire series. That's set in the wrong direction. Now the quickness comes in. The grand entrance is great. The Emperor's Divide to buy the space. And the Bros now stand together. The Dragon getting angry. Cooldowns one after the other are falling for both teams. No one's really getting ground though.
LCPing.
Is it just going to be a 50-50 is the question. Look at these health bars. They're going so low. The Hextech Soul. It's so powerful now. Fisher finding an angle. Gets himself out, rebinds the Soul True Shot barrage, goes nowhere, as now the ulti's in. Samba gets one onto the jungle of Morgan! Morgan finding the angle, gets into the backline. Fisher going down solo, but the cannon is dead first. Samba goes down! And Nongshim, I don't know how it happened. It looked like it may not happen, but then it finally did. And Fisher's gonna dive on top of Youngjae. And I can't believe it's going to be a 2-0 for Nongshim when Bro were basically winning both games until they lost.
And that team fight, Jiu not having the best time, but he makes it work there. So much damage done by the Ezreal. He was eating in aggressively, playing like a maniac. The Hextech Soul getting so much value. That ends up, I think, being the biggest difference maker. Man, this game for Brion.
Yeah.
It felt so attainable, but that makes it worse, Atlas. So
really does.
close, yet so far. As Nongshim.
都做出了很好的控制，而且
看这边反手一个 Q 晕到了墙边的这个小路，
这是第一个 Q， 然后 Mark 连忙套了一个 W 技能，但是对方这时候太健康了，没有办法把打野从鬼门关之前召唤回来，然后跳回命运打到了 Mark，
而且刚才感觉 Mark 觉得那个大方面放的有点稍微着急了，太想救队友了。
是的。然后这边 Juice 太过深入，不过他也完成了他的任务，就是把夫妇给切死。那打完这两波团战之后，我们来看一下，在这时候的召唤师技能，哦呦，打了1号在葛局身上，葛局知道非常小心，伤是没闪现的。列娜塔这时候的大招也还没好，两边都在等自己的大招。就是在这边开启一个 W 技能，但是打了很多的血量，旁边的格局这时候直接脚大，想要去击他风暴，但是反手就被鳄鱼给击杀掉了。而且在这个位置，幻风怎么在前面呢？
哦呦 ，Able 这边红白刀直接进场了，2下白刀直接把幻风给杀掉了。
是的，而且你看 Able 在这个位置，甚至不用交闪现，他就走到幻风的脸上了。
是，主要他还是前面用这个就是叠了一下自己的白刀数量啊。
那在打完这波之后，缺少了最重要的打野，可能 W 要直接过来动大龙了。23分钟的时间，
而且这边确实左边很多大招还在，特别双人组这个大招啊还在的。当然，
巴德是没有大招的，可能看一下能不能够留住 W 的众人。但对方毕竟有打野啊，还是稳稳的把这一条大龙给拿到了。 回头要 Juice 好像被留住了，交了一个 W 技能，回头交一个大招，先把对方鳄鱼给带回来。这个 Q 是留住 Fofo， 但是 Able 身上是有一个罪名的，还有通病在职业消耗海王帝，而且这都打得好重，直接闪现一发普攻别把海王帝给击杀掉了。旁边 Fofo 这时候涂到对方 Juice 脸上，也把 Juice 给击杀掉。后续列娜塔是交了一个鳄鱼收购，保护一下进攻的众人。
这个伤害计算刚刚应该在下面爆了一下海王帝啊。
这个斗篷有用了。 帅啊 ，Able！
他的2菲纽斯确实理解有点跟别人不一样的，
而且他好果断，
是，就这个伤害计算方面确实很独到。
先来看一下，在上一波，
在草边这边有红刀，直接开始来血一下，再放一个助灵。
然后第一波可去进场，的确先把风给打残，但是伤害真的差一点点。
再来叶翔水一个金身大，直接把这个幻风锁在了这个 Able 旁边。
看到了，这边幻风是吃到莉莉娅的一个大招，
就是这边还是有点脱节了，因为正面汤圆已经把 W 交掉了，他还选择上去 Q 了一下这个维沃的，
感觉应该是想要留一下对方人员，因为不可能让对方拿到大龙之后安然无恙的回去。但这个一下普攻之后，再见追兵丁，
这里是有一个列娜塔的，所以他一点都不慌啊。 往前走，
上路的水晶也被 WE 给拆掉。而于这个位置被巴内给救到了，但是还有一个血手回头一个 Q 技能把自己的血量给拉起来，波德很生气，直接往前点，这个 Q 技能是没有办法打到隔绝，但是也把隔绝逼离战场。
上路线顶进来，这边 W 是想一波的，直接 TP 过来了，微沃的
A 波红白刀打得好痛烈，身上好多白刀，再配合到助理，远距离就把 JOYCE 给打残了。2座门牙塔，其中1座已经告破，汤圆也被迫叫了一个 W 技能回到泉水，把自己的状态给再补起来。
看这边自己家的防御塔已经全部掉光了，感觉 A 加 W 就能取胜。
但是现在 RNG 众人不想要让 W A 加呀 ，RNG 想办法去防守一下，但是有没有办法碰到 A 波？ 第一时间 W 没有办法顶到，风火身上挂了一个E技能，但是小炮已经往后撤退了 ，A 之后已经大杀特杀，然后小炮人的时候还在往前点，上了自己有练的哈一个 W 技能，旁边的翔是顺利的把卡萨给击杀掉之后，只剩下矮王迪一个人，没有办法阻止 W 进攻的步伐。那这样的话，我们可以恭喜 W 在今天面对到 RNG， 最终是以2比0的比分拿下了这一场大分的胜利。
恭喜 W 今天确实2把下来，这个阵容特性都发挥的淋漓尽致啊！
感觉这2把，其实我觉得第2把RNG已经尝试做出一些调整了，
感觉还是在前面这种短线上的一些经济置换，包括兵线的一些亏损，是感觉亏太多了。就美国这种资源团，他们亏太多东西啊。那 W 的双线发育的很舒服。
对，就的确有把的节奏给续住，但是。 最关键的那一波龙魂团是没有办法拿到的，而且也像你说的，进入到游戏中后期之后，你会觉得虽然看起来节奏好像都在 W 手中，然后RNG尝试的去抓了几波机会，也有效果，但是始终没有办法把这个经济差距给拉近。那我们最后再次恭喜 W。
再次恭喜西安 WE 2比0赢得了本场比赛的胜利，战绩也是来到了2-0。哇，这把打的真的是非常的稳健和迅速啊！前期其实他们就已经做得非常好了，然后建立起了经济优势嘛，后续是不断利用自己这个优势去找机会断对面的节奏，最终选择直接推进结束比赛。那2位老师怎么去评价他们的发挥呢？
我觉得 W 在这2把算是打得非常好，而且算是教科书级别的一个表现。包括在第1把其实没有给到RNG任何的机会，然后再进入到这一把，其实你可以感受到，虽然他们在前中期其实是尝试跟对方发育的，但是在资源的互换上，或者在野区的规划上，我觉得 W 都做的至少在这个系列战是压了位置的。
感觉就是最近可能在更换掉 A 波跟印翔之后啊，这2名球员上场，经过一段时间的修缮磨合期，我觉得这个配合上比在定主赛的时候，这种 W 跟你磨合越来越好了。